Hi Revolve, I'm Kiana Davis and I'm so excited because today we are going over my 5 favorite ways to style wavy curly hair using some of my favorite tools and products from Revolve Beauty. These styles are gonna go from everyday, simple, super easy to do to a little bit more chic, a little bit more glam. This first hairstyle is one that I genuinely can't get enough of. I'm doing it all the time. This is just my classic half up, half down with a claw clip. I can't stop doing this. Once you figure it out and once you figure out how it works on your hair, it's just so easy. All you're really gonna need is just a claw clip. Everything else, you're gonna see I'm not too exact with anything that I do with my hair. I kind of think that's the amazing thing about having wavy, curly-ish hair. It hides a lot of the stuff that maybe straighter hair or finer hair really needs a lot of precision with. So with me, I'm just going to make sure that it is anywhere that I think is down the middle. You can go straight down the middle if not. So I basically just try and see that it is somewhere down the middle. I do have my hair cut to a slight side part, so that's why it's not directly down the middle. I'm gonna just take out a couple little face framing pieces in the front. You're gonna notice this is a very common theme with all of my hairstyles. I always have 2 little hairs out in the front. I just think they look really dainty and super cute. And next up, we are going to just take right above the ears, very, very loosely. And you're gonna take your claw clip. You have those pieces attached to the back of your head, and you literally just take your claw clip and put it in. And then I like to kind of mess with these pieces just a little bit, make sure that everything is in there exactly how I want it to be. And also make sure that from the front, she's looking cute and not too crazy. And I actually have 2 variations of this exact hairstyle that I'm going to go into now. So once you know how to do this one, you're easily going to just be able to go into the next couple. My next favorite way to wear my hair is going to be kind of a rendition of that half up, half down, but with a twist. So once again, I'm just going to start that same way. I'm just gonna take my little baby curls out in the front. And then you are going to take the same sections, except you're not gonna go all the way back. So I'm basically grabbing these sections and then I'm stopping. I'm just gonna loop my thumbs through so that you can see. What you're gonna do is from here, you're going to put one over the other and then you're going to twist them up. You're gonna hold that up, grab my claw clip, and you're just going to put it over that section that you just twisted. And then this piece is going to go right over. From the front, it honestly looks pretty much the same, minus a couple of things. I think there is a little bit more volume at the top, which I really love. I love having a little bit more volume to play with. But from the side, it's definitely, in my opinion, cuter than the first. It's just kind of a fancier version. It just adds that little bit of volume up at the top, as well as just a little twist. It's something a little bit different. If your hair does get frizzy throughout the day, mine does, especially if you're touching it quite a bit or it is in a little bit of tighter hairstyle. Something that I love doing is going in with a touchable hairspray for moments like this, especially if you're just playing around with hairstyles or it's a hairstyle you want to last all day. This is the Amika touchable hairspray. This is one of my favorite hairsprays of all time. Oh my goodness. And I will just gently kind of go over. And then I use my hands to very gently smooth it out because I don't want to use a brush because I want the texture of my curls to show through. I don't want to slick back just quite yet. So using your hands is honestly a really fun trick when you have wavy or curly hair because I just feel like it works a lot better than a brush, especially if you don't want to slick it back just quite yet. Just adding a little bit of pressure with your hands to really lay down those flyaways and kind of make your curls just look a little bit more defined, but keeping that texture. I really love that hairspray just because, as you saw, we just set it down, but at the same time, I can still run my fingers through it and fluff it. The touchable hairspray is the perfect name for it because you can honestly just work through it all day long, and I really love that because I like to change up my hairstyles very often. For hairstyle number 3, we are going to be putting it fully up and we're going to get a little bit more into the formal zone, but still really, really workable. And in my opinion, not too tricky, which is great. Once again, I just feel like curly wavy hair, there's so many mistakes that you can make with it, but no one's ever gonna know because you can hide it so easily. For this hairstyle, what you're going to do is we're actually gonna take quite a bit of hair, I would say up until that front part of your ear on both sides. I'll leave that one out. That one seems a little too long. We're gonna leave that one out. So we're gonna have that much hair. You're going to take the rest of this hair and put it into a ponytail. I would honestly try and do the ponytail kind of like where your eyes land just draw a line straight. So mine's a little too high. We're gonna bring it down just the tiniest bit. And once again, I like to keep as much texture in all of my hairstyles as possible. So I really don't want to slick anything down right now. I want to be very intentional with keeping it really nice and textured and beautiful. You're going to put this into a ponytail. From here, you should look a little crazy. This is what you should look like. And what you're gonna do is you're going to flip your head over, and basically you're going to find the center of that ponytail you just put. So it's kind of gonna feel like a donut hole in a way. You're going to just grab the hair around it and just kind of start smushing it all together right around that original ponytail. And it really doesn't matter how messy you're getting, because your curls are gonna hide it. Once you have it, you're gonna take another hair tie and you're just going to wrap that around what you just did. Of course, I left a piece out. Don't worry, we can manage that. We've also left out 100 pieces on the top of my head. So just messing with that top bun. I'll show you, mine is this one. Don't pay attention to her, we're gonna fix it. This is so far what it is looking like. So this piece right here, I'm actually, I think, just going to kind of loop it around, and then I'm going to take some bobby pins. These are the ones from T3. Oh my gosh. I lost it, there it is, okay. And I'm just going to pin that in to my bun. That's going to be the idea with all of these pieces. What we're going to do is slowly drape them in. But the main thing is I want to make sure that we're keeping some of these pieces down because they're so cute and so pretty, and it just offers like a really, really romantic curly bun. So part of this is the messiness, and that's honestly why I like it. I'm just going to go in and start kind of messing with these pieces, seeing what looks right. Honestly, it's just up to whoever's doing the hair. It's just kind of what you prefer and what you like. I definitely like a messier look, so I'm just going to try and embody that. Another trick that I like to do with some of these bigger chunks, especially if they're feeling a little bit frizzier, I will twist them slightly and then I will prop them in, just because I feel like it gives more of a uniform curl. I don't exactly know how to describe it. I just think that it looks best, you know? If you are twirling any of those pieces, make sure that you're twirling them towards your face, because your curl pattern naturally actually twirls towards your face. Like all of your curls go in towards your face. I actually found that out on set when somebody else was doing my hair, and they were telling me that about curly hair, and I had never known that, and it makes so much more sense. So if you're ever finger coiling your hair, if you're ever twirling pieces, twirl them towards your face for a more natural, realistic look. Okay, so now that I have all of my hair up, I am going to address these front pieces. You can leave them as is. Personally, I kind of like when they have a little bit more of a ringlet to them. So my best tip for this is I'm going to wet these down. Once they're wet, you're gonna go in with a curl cream. I love this Briogeo one. This is their Curl Charisma line. It is amazing. A little goes a very long way. You're only gonna need a little bit because these are your front pieces. What you're gonna do is you're gonna coat these pieces. We're gonna finger coil them, okay? All right, so we're gonna do this one first. What you do is you wrap your hair around your finger. Then you're gonna use your other finger and you're going to travel up like so and let it down. See how much prettier that is? I just feel like it looks so much nicer. Also, you're avoiding putting heat on your hair if you just learn how to finger coil your hair. I'm gonna do this one as well real quick. Wrap it around, then you're gonna use your other finger. Sometimes it's a little tricky, I'm not gonna lie. And then you're gonna use your other finger and you're gonna go all the way up to the top. You're just gonna let them fall. They're gonna look a little something like that. So you can either let them air dry or you can diffuse them. I'm gonna diffuse them just so that you guys could see the final look of this entire style. Give me 1 second. I have my Dyson in the corner. This is my diffuser. This is my Dyson. I am in love with this thing. I honestly, it's the only thing that I will dry my hair with now. You gotta do it whenever you have wavy or curly hair, especially if you have thick hair. It just takes so long. Mainly what I do is I hover diffuse, so I'll just use this attachment to diffuse the hair, but I will be right back. I'm going to get these face framing pieces all nice and dry and then show you guys the final look. And this is the final look. I love doing this one. Honestly, at the end of the day, it's so easy to do, especially for formal events. Say you have a wedding or say you have a birthday party or something to attend. I just feel like she's really cute. She's out of your face. Honestly, there's so many different outfits and activities and events. I just feel like I could wear my hair like this too. It just never gets old. So if you're dealing with day 2 or day 3 hair, it's most likely starting to get a little frizzy, a little flat, but there are still options that you can do that are super easy and super simple that still just make it look like you put a lot of time and effort into your hair. And that way you don't have to wash your hair every single day, because I know if you have curly or wavy hair, you just constantly feel like you need to be wetting it down and applying products all over again. And I just really urge you to not do that. So we're doing a half up, half down, except we're adding a slick back to it. I think there is a time and place for a slick back. You guys know that I always love showing the texture of my curls, especially on my scalp. But in the case that it's day 2, day 3, day 4 hair, it's probably already pretty flat. And unless you're wanting to completely wet it down and style it all over again, this is a different option that you could do. For this, I'm going to try and be just a little bit more precise with my part. I'm gonna use this Emi Jay brush just to really try and find my part. Y'all, not a great hair. Give me 1 second. Once you have your hair split down the middle, how you like, you are once again gonna go right by your ears and you're just going to go straight up. What I like to do is I'm gonna wet both sides just a little bit, just so that I can really get it slick back. I'm not drenching my head or anything, just adding a little bit of water because I do have a little curly halo is kind of what I like to call it on my little baby hairs, and they don't like to conform easily. Once those hairs are wet, you are just going to start brushing everything back. I do have these sections joined in the back because it is going to go into a little kind of mini bun of sorts, you'll see. But right now we're just focused on getting all of these hairs to just cooperate with us. I'm going to just put it into a ponytail for a second, but it's to make sure that I can put all of my time and energy into these baby hairs. This is my Emi Jay Boar Bristle brush, and this is the Briogeo Style and Treat Sleek Stick. A hack that I found out actually from online is instead of applying this directly to your hair is to go across the brush so that the product applies evenly on the brush and then it's going to be even on your hair. What I'm gonna start doing is just slicking it back. Do you see how quickly that just slicked my hair back? I swear that slick stick is so quick and easy, and honestly combined with this Boar Bristle brush, this has made slick backs so simple, so fast. I wish that I would have bought this sooner. I try to keep a little bit of my part. I will say I have really thick hair and it becomes really difficult to keep my part super visible, but that's okay. It's honestly not too big of a concern for me, but if you are interested in keeping your part, there's plenty of ways that you can do that. But if you are interested in keeping your part, I would just be really mindful and keeping all of the hairs going away rather than straight back. Now that we have those sides slicked back, I'm going to take it out of the ponytail. One last time, I'm gonna make sure that everything feels nice and smooth. And then taking a small elastic, putting it into the ponytail. Now that you have this ponytail, what you're gonna do is you're going to twist it and try and make sure that you don't grab any of the hairs from down under. I always do that. I start twisting it to the point where it basically starts curling in on itself, and you're just going to follow that loop and put it into a little bun. Then taking another elastic, I'm just going to secure this one in place. This is how it is currently looking. Now I do want to just kind of tame these pieces just a little bit. I'm going back in with that same curl cream, grabbing just a little bit more than I did last time. And I'm just going to kind of smooth those edges down. Everything up top is so sleek, so I just want to make sure that I'm not leaving any room for anything to not look super sleek and pretty. Going in with one final spray with that Amika hairspray. Once again, I'm just using my hands to really press it in and sleek that back. And this is the final hairstyle. From here, we're actually going to do the last and final look. This is going to be a slick back curly bun. We're still gonna showcase our curls and the texture, but at the scalp, it's gonna be slick back. So if you didn't just follow those steps for the last look, I highly suggest that you go back, wash the first portion of it, and then come back and we're gonna continue because the slick back is the exact same routine. Going in with a wet scalp, I just wet it down. One of the tricks that I like to do is just putting my hair out with a claw clip so that I can really focus on the underneath of my hair. Going in again with the exact same routine, I'm just going to add the product to the brush. And from here, I'm just going to start pushing up and really starting to distribute that product all the way through the bottom of my hair where all of my curly cues lie. Once I feel like I've gotten the underneath pretty good, I'm just going to start putting it up and brushing all of those hairs to the back. Once again, the goal is to put this ponytail right around eye level to the back of my head. Taking that elastic and I'm just going to put my hair into a ponytail, and I definitely want this to be a pretty tight ponytail, so I'm trying to get it into that last loop. You know you're doing it right if you're breaking a sweat. That's how you know you're doing a slick back correctly.
From here, what you're going to do is you're going to twist your hair and we're going to wrap it around. You're gonna take an elastic and just put it around, leaving these little fine pieces out so that we can play with them.
Honestly, you could leave them like that. You could bobby pin them into the exact spots that you wanted. I kind of like just leaving them exactly how they want to fall. You could also turn around and use a tiny curling wand to really get them super nice and curly. I would definitely choose the more minimalistic option for me. I like just having a little bit of the baby wave and a little bit of that baby curl texture showcasing. But yeah, this is the final look. It is so nice and easy. Once again, as you guys know, I would just take the hairspray if I was doing this for the first time, and I would just go all the way around just to make sure everything is officially in place. And this is the final look. She is so cute and so simple, yet so chic and so elegant. Honestly, there's just a time and place for a slick back, and at the right event, I just think there's nothing better than a beautiful slick back. Okay, and that is the end of the video. Those are all of the ways that I love styling my wavy and curly hair. I hope you guys learned something fun. I hope you guys have some new products that you want to try out. Of course, everything that I use is going to be down in that description box down below. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next time. And don't forget to subscribe to Revolve's channel if you guys like this video. Bye!